Welcome everyone to another episode of 7 Minutes in Limbo with yours truly, Ricky Orozco. How you doing? Now, today's episode is going to be just a tad different. The reason I say this is because I don't know if you guys saw, they're rebooting the movie. Was it Trains, Planes, and Automobiles? With Steve Martin and John Candy, and they're rebooting it with Will Smith and Kevin Hart. Now, first and foremost, I am a fan of Will Smith. I am a fan of Kevin Hart. Big fan of both theirs. Love their work. Great resume. You know, they're very successful in their work. All right, so I'm not saying anything bad about them. I've seen a couple of mixed things about the movie, and I don't want to say about the movie, just people hearing, oh, they're rebooting it. Some people are for it, some against. First and foremost, I would love to hear your guys' opinion in the comments. Are you for the reboot, against it, don't care, etc.? Personally, I don't mind a reboot, whatever. I just feel like I was talking to one of my friends, shout out to Adrian, and we were talking about I was explaining to him how I feel Will Smith and Kevin Hart, and like I said, I mean this with all due respect, I really hope this doesn't blacklist me. I just feel like that duo almost feels forced upon, and like, the example I thought of is Will Smith in Snitch. He works great as like the serious character with some funny scenes, you know, with him and Kevin James. Kevin Hart, I think he's also hilarious. I think he's funny at best, or not. Like, his best moments are like when he's kind of like the serious guy, and then you have to bring out those funny moments in that scenes. I just can't. I feel like they're very almost kind of similar. And I feel like those two for an hour and a half to 2 hour long movie, it's just going to feel kind of forced upon. I personally feel like if one of the writers of the movie, of the reboot, is a writer from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think Kevin Hart and Andy Samberg would have been an amazing cast for this movie. Because you can have John Candy's character played by Andy Samberg, and Kevin Hart's character play Steve Martin's character. And I think those two would be comedy gold. I think with those two, it wouldn't even feel like a reboot. It'd be like, oh snap, you know. That's just my 2 cents. I think those two would work great. Nothing against Will Smith. I know I'm going to upset some people. I'm just going to give you my honest opinion. I'm not going to lie to you about that. I just think Will Smith and Kevin Hart feels forced upon. I can see it not working. That's just my 2 cents. I think Andy Samberg and Kevin Hart would have been a great duo, but whatever. Like I said, I'd love to hear your guys' opinion about that. It did make me want to rewatch the original. I will say that. So, I think the original is Paramount Pictures, if I'm not mistaken. So, shout out to them. But yeah, I'd like to hear your opinion about that. Yeah, a little bit different, right? A little bit different. Yo, shout out to my White Sox, bro, making history the other day. 4 home runs, back to back to back to back. Only the 10th time in MLB history. So, it's kind of a rough season so far. We've had a lot of injuries, and I'm a hardcore White Sox fan. I don't want to make excuses. I don't want, this and that. You got to try to find some positive in everything. They've had a lot of injuries, dude. Lopez, Rodon, Garcia just got hurt. And they've had some big names on the team that aren't producing at the level that they should be, like Abreu and Grandal. I think for a team that has so many underproducing and injuries to be at 500, that's impressive. So I'm really looking forward to the future of the White Sox. I think we can sneak in as a playoff team. And I definitely think that playoff experience will help us in the long run. So I'm excited for that. As for the Cubs, shout out to Don Gustavo. Hey! And Sammy, I know they're big Cub fans. Dude, the Cubs have one of the, I believe, the number 1 or the number 2 best record in all of baseball. So that's impressive because I'll be honest with you, I didn't think they'd have the best record. I would have thought the Dodgers or the Yankees, who are having pretty good seasons themselves. Rizzo had a very interesting quote where he said he thinks potentially this could be the last year that core from 2016 is together. It could be their last year. Who knows? Interesting, especially from their team captain, from a big name like him. So I think of the Cubs, honest to God, I'm a baseball fan at the end of the day. Yes, I'm a hardcore White Sox fan, but baseball is my thing. I think if the Cubs can add some pitching help, especially in their bullpen, they could make a run for it in the playoffs. They can hit. Yu Darvish is back from the dead, dude. Holy crap. He was struggling early in the season, but now he's back. So we'll see, hopefully. And, Hendricks. I honestly think Hendricks is one of the most underrated pitchers in all of baseball. Hendricks reminds me of what Quintana was for the White Sox back in the day when we had him and Chris Sale. He doesn't overpower you. He doesn't have a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, but he does his homework. So he's like a young, skinnier Greg Maddux. But yeah, that's today's episode of 7 Minutes in Limbo. A little bit different, like I said. I would love to hear your guys' opinion about the MLB season, about the reboot. If you agree with me or not, to each their own, right? Cup of tea. You guys have a great day. Just finished my workout. I'm going to go eat. Nothing but love, great vibes, and follow me on social media. Peace.